We do Trump. He'll sit there and go, these people, they're great people, they're fantastic people, and I just want to say working with them was a fantastic experience. China. And I've said this countless times, like, to me, Trump was someone who, he's always searching for a stronger, better word, and he never finds it.
Alec Baldwin went from refusing to impersonate Trump to owning the role like no one else. It's like watching a caterpillar turn into a butterfly. If that butterfly wore a bad wig and yelled fake news, how did he go from no way Jose to being SNL's ultimate Trump? Buckle up, because this story is crazier than Trump's hair in a hurricane. Picture this. Baldwin's relaxing in his Luxe New York pad when his phone rings. It's SNL. They've got a wild idea. They want him to play the biggest character in politics, Donald Trump.
I never imitated him or had anything to do with it. Lauren called me and said, you want to do this? And I go, no, I don't want to be Trump on TV. And because anytime you have any kind of mimicry, it's usually somebody that you appreciate. You have some appreciation.
Right.
So they said to me, Trump, and I didn't hate Trump. I just said, I don't want to do that. And Tina and Lauren kind of pushed me, and I do it. And you've seen SNL. And the moment the stage manager takes me to my mark for the first dress rehearsal at 8 o'clock, I had no idea what I was going to do.
But our boy Alec wasn't having it. His first response? A big favor. If you're enjoying this, hit that subscribe button. Over 92% of viewers haven't yet. It's free, takes a second, and helps us big time. Thanks if you did. Now back to the show. So why was Baldwin so against it? Well, let's just say he thought about Trump the way we all think about that weird smell in the back of the fridge. Best to avoid it. But here's the kicker. It wasn't just because he didn't like Trump. Nope. Baldwin thought mimicking the guy would be about as fun as a root canal while listening to Baby Shark on repeat. Not exactly a dream gig. So what changed? Was it the fame? The money? A lifetime supply of bad wigs and orange spray tan? Let's dive in.
Really?
I mean, literally, the moment I walked out, I just said to myself, eyebrow up. I tried to stick my face out, my mouth out. I was in the makeup room. They're putting my wig on, and it was like a scene from like a mental hospital. So you don't think about it, you just do it.
I'm shocked by that because I figured it was something you'd been doing.
Oh, that's what I should say. I worked on it for months.
Well, no, it's even more impressive that it wasn't in your wheelhouse.
I didn't really know. But there's a guy.
Alec Baldwin never planned on becoming Trump's ultimate impersonator. But once he saw the comedy gold, he couldn't resist. At first, he wanted nothing to do with it. Playing Trump sounded about as fun as a root canal. But then, he realized he had a chance to push a red button labeled Annoy Trump. And he couldn't help himself. Once Baldwin said yes, he stepped into a world of orange spray tans, exaggerated pouts, and nonsensical rants. It was like babysitting a toddler, except this one had a Twitter account and nuclear codes. And the more Baldwin mocked Trump, the more the former president lost it, launching rage tweets that only made Baldwin's impersonation even bigger. Transforming into Trump wasn't easy. Baldwin spent hours in the makeup chair, getting covered in more orange than a Florida tanning salon. He perfected Trump's infamous pout, squinted his eyes just right, and nailed that bizarre speech pattern, like a guy constantly searching for the right word, but never quite finding it. Baldwin described it as trying to make sense of a drunk toddler's ramblings, and after binge-watching enough Trump speeches, he practically had it down to a science. But this wasn't just comedy, it was a cultural moment. Baldwin's Trump held up a funhouse mirror to the real thing, and somehow, the reflection felt more accurate. While most people loved it, Trump supporters were furious, calling it unfair and biased, because apparently politicians had never been mocked before. As for Trump himself, he raged, called SNL unfunny, and claimed Baldwin's impression stank. And yet, every time Trump complained, more people tuned in. It was like he became Baldwin's personal marketing team, turning the impression into a viral sensation. Whether you loved it or hated it, one thing was certain: Alec Baldwin's Trump wasn't just a skit. It became a political statement, a pop culture phenomenon, and the one thing Trump just couldn't ignore.